So directly I'm selecting it and then click on review plus create and then click on create. So this is nothing but the mission. Instance is nothing but a mission which we are using for executing our pipeline. Okay, till now we have designed it. Now we are going to execute it. So once you click on create ML compute instance, it will be in the creating state. Your mission will be in the creating state. So once it is moving from creating state to running state, we can execute the pipeline. So wait for another 2 minutes for it to move from create state to running state. So once it is moved to running state, we can execute the pipeline.
I will create field. So what do I need to do?
Have you clicked on create Azure ML compute instance?
Mm,
Have you created it?
yeah. Yes.
Okay, so in that case, it will be your mission along with the creating status will be coming like this. Are you able to see something like this? When you expand it, when you click on the drop down?
Yes, there was a creating. Then
Okay,
after the
then wait for
okay.
2 minutes until it moves from creating state to running state.
Okay.
Can ask a step in the back. So under the train clustering model, what
Yes.
columns did we select? I missed that part.
Okay, so you need to select all the columns.
All the columns. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me see. Still it is in creating state only. Whether everybody has successfully completed your assignment 1?
Yeah, but it still can't create it. Sorry, I wonder what I'm missing. So, okay. Sure. Yeah. So we are good. Well, if we get to this one, this stage, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then we just click on review and submit.
No,
Once it is moving to running state, you can, see here. Now, are you able to see the changes here? So previously it wasn't creating. Now it is running. So once it is running, it will also show you a green color button over here, a circle, green circle over here. Once it is moved to running, select that, and then you can click on review plus submit. When it is create, you will not be able to select it out. Once it move to running state, click on that and then click on review plus submit. Is it clear? So for me, the mission has moved to running state. So I'm selecting that, click on review plus submit and then click on submit. So once I click on submit, what will happen is immediately the status will be available over here. Like pipeline job has been submitted, and then here you will be able to see view details. Now, once you are able to see view details, click on the view details. When you click on the view details, immediately you will be able to see the pipeline's execution. As it consists of only small set of modules, you will be able to see the results easily. It will fastly complete its execution. Okay, we will see how the execution happens. So are you, whether everybody has started executing the pipeline? For everyone, the instance got moved to running state?
No, I have runtime setting error.
Runtime setting error. Okay.
It's still saying it's creating when I select the compute instance.
Then wait for 1 more minute. It will move. It will move from creating state to running state. See here, only if you select the running mission, the error will be gone. So till that time, when you didn't selected it, it will be showing you the runtime error settings here. Okay. Wait for the machine to move from creating state to running state. Only then you will be able to select it. Once you selected, the runtime error, whichever it is showing, will be gone. Till that time, it will show you the error only. Okay. Now check the pipeline execution. So parallelly,
Okay,
we
it's
select the.
successfully submitted. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So this select columns in dataset is executing. Similarly, the k-means clustering algorithm will start its execution.
Hello.
Hello.
Trời ơi, giờ Chủ nhật mà sao mà làm dữ vậy?
Oh, sorry.
Let's wait for the algorithm to complete its execution.
Professor, do I have to click on view details?
Okay. See here, have you clicked on the view details? So here, just above the configure and submit, you will be able to see one green color ribbon kind of thing
Okay.
has come. Here, you will be able
Yeah.
to see the view details. Click on that.
Yeah, okay, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let it run. We can have a quick break of 10 minutes before it completes its execution, so that when we come back, it might have completed the execution part. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, whether everyone came back? Whether everybody came back after the break?
Yes.
Okay. So now if you see, the model has completed the execution. All are in green color. Now we will see how to see the outputs over here. Okay. So previously, when we are working with the classification as well as for regression, we used to see the results in the score model as well as in the evaluate model. So similarly here, for in the assigned data to clusters, you can see the result. So the first thing is you can click on the results data set, right click on it and see the preview data. So when you see the preview data, how many columns have we given as input? So we have given 6 columns as input. So after normalization, these are all the resulting values for those columns. Now we are able to see 10 columns which are available. So the reason is, see here, it will compute the distance to each cluster center. So for each record, it will compute the distance to the cluster center. So this is the distance with respect to the cluster center 0. This is the distance with respect to cluster center 1. This is the distance with respect to cluster center 2 for this particular record. Now, after seeing the distance, it is clear that 1.69 is the near distance. That means the minimal distance. So for this cluster, the corresponding point will get added. Similarly, if you consider this point, now see here, for cluster center 0, it is 3.8, cluster center 1, 2.8, cluster center 2, 2.6. So this is the minimum value. So it has been assigned to cluster 2. So from here, from this assignments column, you will be able to see the corresponding point has been assigned to which cluster. So if you are giving 3 clusters, the cluster numbers will be 0, 1 and 2. So if it is 0, it is the first cluster. If it is 1, it is the second cluster. If it is 2, it is the third cluster. Okay, so this is how you can see which record has been assigned to which cluster. The assignments will be available here. The distances will be available here. So if you are giving 4 clusters in the sense, 1 more column will be added. And then here the number of columns you will be able to see as 11. So whatever columns that you are giving, apart from that, assignments column, this is nothing but the output column. This will get added. Apart from that, based on the number of clusters which you have specified, it will add the distance to the corresponding number of clusters. So that many number of columns will get added to the results data set. And that's why we are able to see 10 columns. Yes, Subir.
Ma'am, can you click on the assignments column? It's populating a graph on the bar graph on the right-hand side. Can you explain that bar graph? Because it's not making sense.
Yes, actually it will show you 1 to 1 and 2 to 2. So here if you see 0, this is cluster number 0. So for cluster number 0, 353 points are there. And for cluster number 2, 283 points are there. And yeah, if you move here, so for cluster number 1, 364 points are there. So how many points are there in the clusters? It will show you the frequency. But actually it must be splitting with the, it needs to split into 3 values. It's showing us only 2. Probably maybe because of the space or something.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so this is with respect to the assignments. Okay, now moving to the...
Dr.
Yes.
Saroya, just a quick note. How did you bring up the metrics? I'm clicking evaluate, but it's not working.
For evaluate, yeah, I'll come to that point now.
Okay.
Okay, so when you go with evaluate, double click on the evaluate. So here you will be able to see the metrics. Okay, so when you see the metrics by default, nothing will be available. The reason is it's not able to generate the chart. So there is a 3 dots which is available here. Click on that and specify view as table. So when you specify view as table, you will be able to see the descriptions. Now I will expand the results. So here also I'll expand it. Now if you see here, it will give you the average distance. So previously the assigned data to cluster will give you the distance for each and every point, whereas here in the evaluate model, it will give you the overall results. So what is the evaluation for cluster number 0? What is the evaluation for cluster number 1 and what is the evaluation for cluster number 2? So for cluster number 0, what is the average distance to the cluster center? Similarly, what is the average distance to the other centers, other cluster centers?
Dr. Saraja, how to get the triple dot part?
Okay, so have you clicked on evaluate model? Double click on the evaluate model, click on the metrics part,
Okay.
and then here click on the 3 dots and specify view as table.
In the clustering evaluation 3 dots.
Evaluate model, yes.
I mean, the triple dot is within the, okay. In
Under
that-
clustering evaluation, yes.
And view as a table. Okay.
Yes.
And then expand it. Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, so what is the average distance to other center? What is the average distance to cluster center? How many number of points are there in the each cluster? And then what is the maximum distance to the cluster center? Okay, so these things will be available over here. Now, what is the use of this is? So in Azure ML and all, very little support is provided for k-means clustering. So how will you decide the number of clusters for clustering? How will you confirm this is the exact number of clusters? Yes. By? Okay, so by using elbow method only, you will be getting that, right? So what is the elbow method is we will start with some cluster center, sorry, number of clusters, and then we will keep on increasing the clusters. Finally, for which one the distance is minimum, there is not much change, then we will confirm that as cluster center. Let me see here. So now, look at the combined evaluation. So for the combined evaluation, what is the average distance to cluster center, which is nothing but 2.127. Okay, so for number of clusters as 3, this is the average distance which I am getting. Okay, now you can change the number of clusters as 4 and re-execute it. Suppose let us assume it is showing as 2. Okay, now if you are changing the number of clusters as 5. So it is showing as 1.99. Okay, so in that case, what is happening? What is the difference between 2 and 1.99?
No difference.
No, sir, not much difference is there. So if it is converging and if you are not able to see much difference over here, then you can confirm this is the exact number of clusters, because after this, there is not much changes over there. So where, from which point there is you are not able to see the number of see any changes, that cluster you have to consider as the exact number of cluster which will suit for this particular data set. Okay, so this is how the elbow method works, and that's the method which you can use for k-means clustering to decide on the best number of clusters. Okay, so to identify that, it cannot identify directly. You can execute it multiple times and make a note of it, and you can decide on the clusters. So that is the additional option which is available over here. And still, if you want to use exactly like completely it has to execute means you need to write codes only, Python codes only. By using execute Python script, you can write the codes for the same. Okay. Now, are you able to understand how the clustering model works? How the clustering results to be interpreted, and how to confirm the correct number of clusters and all? Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
May I understand more on combined evaluation? Is that the last step combining the 3 evaluation above, or is it analyzed from the 1,000 points as
Yes.
a single cluster?
So it is analyzed from this combined evaluation is nothing but the average distance for all the clusters. So this is the point which is nothing but overall 1000 points. When you take all the 1000 points, what is the average distance for all the cluster center? So that's what it means.
So how to interpret the average distance to other center? Which,
Average distance to
yeah.
other center means if you are see here, this is nothing but the average of these three values.
Okay,
Okay.
it's just take an average of the about three, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Okay. So hope the clustering algorithm is clear. So the next, yes, Rio.
Is there a way for us to come up with a label for the cluster? As in, like, how do we, understand from this cluster in order to meaningfully give it a label?
Exactly. So here, another, as you said, one more thing that is missing is you will not be able to identify which labels or which columns contribute to it. Like if I understood your question correctly, whether high income, which cluster it maps to. Low income means which cluster it maps to. That is what you are trying to.
Yes.
Is my understanding correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that interpretation also you will not be able to get it over here. So if you want to specifically go with the special cluster, individual cluster, then you can specify that in the train clustering model. In the columns you can specify, or otherwise the only option is you need to write codes for analyzing it in a much better way. So no direct options available in Azure ML for analyzing that. That's one of the difficulty which is available here as part of clustering. Is it clear?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So now the first agenda for today's session is over. The next one which is pending is fine tuning the models. So how are we going to fine tune the model? Okay. So for that, right now you don't have to work on. The reason is the model you have to completely start from fresh and you have to completely build the pipeline. So I will be working and you can see the demo of it. Okay, so how to do that, all those things, you can see a demo of it. So this is the pipeline for clustering. I'm not going to use it right now. The next thing is the pipeline which we used for logistic regression. The same pipeline I'm taking it, and here I'll show you how to fine tune the parameters. Okay.
Ma'am, so should we delete this instance in the meantime?
Yeah, you can stop executing it.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me also.
No problem.
Okay, probably I may require for executing it. Let it be there for me. Others, please stop the compute instance right now. How to stop it? You can go to compute and then click on the corresponding machine which is running and click on stop over here. Okay. Yeah. So now I will move on to the fine tuning part. So this is nothing but the same pipeline which we have used for logistic regression. So we have taken the diabetes data and then under diabetes data, we were able to see some invalid values like zeros are there. So we have written the Python script for that. After that, we made the zero values as null over here and we have considered it as missing value and we have handled it, normalized data and split data. So till here, no changes required. So previously I have added filter based feature selection to show the correlation value. Now we are not going to use the correlation right now. So I have just skipped it. From the data, I have taken all these things. Now how to use the fine tuning models? So normally if you are using it, what are all the things that we are using is, we will specify logistic regression model. And then after split data, we will use train model and then score model and evaluate model. Now, when you are using fine tuning, you don't have to go with train model. Okay. Instead, you have to use a module called tune model hyperparameters. Drag and drop it over here. Okay. So here, how many inputs are there? Two inputs are mandatory. One is the untrained model. Another one is a training data set. Okay. So for configuring, I'm just adding the data set to the training model. And then from the untrained model, I'm adding the connection. Okay. So the label column, I haven't added that yet. So from split data, the data must come over here. From the model, the connection must come over here. Now, when you double click on the tune model hyperparameters, here you will be able to see how the parameter tuning must happen. Whether it needs to go with entire grid or it has to go with the random sweep. That means it starts with randomly. So I'm just selecting the entire grid. So these things will come in the L2 regression. What is that? For overfitting as well as for underfitting, you will learn, right? L1 and L2 regularization. So based on those things, we will go with the entire grid type of hyperparameter tuning. So here you can also specify which is the metric you want to fine tune. Okay, so options will be for classification, accuracy, precision, recall, all those things are available. As it is diabetes data, as it is medical data, so our objective is to increase the recall value. So I'm just specifying it as recall. So by default under tune model, both the things will be there. One is for classification, another one for regression. If you are using classification, update the metric over here. If you are using regression, update the metric over here. So right now, as we are using classification, I have updated the metric here as recall. Okay. And then under label column, so for diabetes data set, the label column is nothing but outcome. Instead of adding from the original data set, as I know the values exactly with exact cases also, I'm just directly typing it. It's nothing but outcome with the first letter as capital. So I'm just typing it and save it. So this is nothing but the dependent variable which we are going to predict. Okay. So okay, there's a connectivity issue, I hope. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. So under hypertune model, what are the things that needs to be done? One is entire grid. Another one is you need to update the metric for classification. And then you have to select the label columns. So these are all the things which needs to be done for hypertuning. The next thing is how this logistic regression needs to be configured for hypertuning. So double click on the logistic regression model. So last time when we are using train model, what we have used is it's nothing but create trainer mode is nothing but single parameter. That means you can specify only one value for optimization tolerance and one value for regularization weight. Whatever value that you are giving here, so it will be given to train model. So train model can accept only one value, and that is the reason we are using single parameter. Now, tune model hyperparameters in the sense, it's going to check with multiple values. So what you need to do is, under create trainer mode, you have another thing called parameter range. Specify the parameter range. Now, once you click on parameter range, immediately you are able to see two values are available for optimization tolerance, followed by separated by a semicolon. Okay, so here for regularization weight, three values are available. And if you want to add the regularization weight also, give a semicolon and you can add some regularization weights. Just for sample, I showed us two. Okay, so like that, you can update what is the optimization tolerance that you want. Similarly, you can update the L2 regularization weight also here. Okay, so this is the change which needs to be done in the two-class logistic regression. Now, you may be thinking like, what will happen if I'm using single parameter? So if you are using single parameter, then there will not be any change in the model when you use tune model hyperparameters or when you use train model. The reason is, in both the cases, it's going to use the same values. So when you are using tune model hyperparameters, go with parameter range, so that first it will use this optimization tolerance followed by this particular weight. Then it will use the same optimization tolerance followed by this regularization weight. Then it will use the same optimization tolerance followed by this weight. Next, it will take the second optimization tolerance and take this weight. Okay, so by comparing all these things, by having multiple possibilities, it will perform the tuning, and then it will take the best model from there. Are you able to understand how the tune model hyperparameters is going to work and how the two-class logistic regression needs to be configured? So this is the change which you have to perform over here. When it is trained model, keep in mind it's nothing but only one model. Okay, it's not multiple models. When it is tune model hyperparameters, it's going to tune multiple values. So in the selection itself, you need to give us set of values for tuning. So after this, the next result is nothing but score model. The result, other things are the same. Score model. And for score model, from here, take the best trained model, give the test data. So after score model, you need to perform evaluate model. Take the evaluate model and add it next to score model. Okay, so these are all the changes which needs to be done for hyperparameter tuning. So previously, when we are normally executing one algorithm with one set of values, go with the train model. When you want to change multiple values and you have to, you want to tune the hyperparameters in the sense, use tune model hyperparameters, and here also specify the parameter range and give the set of values so that it will execute for all the values and give the best model out of it. If it is computing for 5 values in the sense, totally 5 models or 6 models it is taking in the sense, out of that, for which model the recall value is high. Because we have given the accuracy which needs, we have given the metric which needs to be used for that classification is recall. So it will consider those parameters based on the recall values. From the recall values, whichever thing it is able to see that as best, that model will be selected and given it for scoring. Are you able to understand how it is working and how it has to be configured?
Can you make the pipeline visible to all the steps? Can you do it in a way?
If I minimize it, it will, okay, I'll reduce the zooming level. Are you able to,
maybe,
okay, just give me a
just
second.
maybe hold.
Yeah, I'll add it in a better way.
If not, just do a couple screenshots.
Just give me a second. I'll just adjust it. Are you able to see all those things right now? Still evaluate model is not visible, right?
Yeah, just the last one.
Is that clear now?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So once it is done, now you can configure and submit and we can see the results.
So, doctor,
Yes.
so are we going to fine-tuning the model such that it is optimized for best recall performance and also regularization to avoid overfitting?
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you.
See, most often if it is a real-time scenario, we will not go with only one thing. We will try to fine-tune as much as possible to see our results, right? So that's possible with the help of hypertuning the models. So in the parameter range also, by default, certain values will be available. We are just using it. And if you are executing it in real time for your model, you can update those values also. You can add some more set of values in the parameter ranges. And from that, you can take the best model and you can execute it. Okay.
So apply to other scenario. So we can choose either optimize for recall or specificity and also precision, depend on the cases, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So this may be helpful when you are working with your project dissertation. So when you want to use multiple algorithms and you want to hyper-tune all those things and to see a certain specific metric as good as much as possible, then you can go these kind of things. Similarly, when you are using during dissertation, when you try to execute something where you require GPUs, then the cloud platform will be highly helpful. Because even if you can execute the same thing by using Python code in your local system to a certain limit by using Google Colab also GPU support is available. But when you are using this kind of cloud platforms, the machine and the computational power which is there will be much more, which will be helpful for your analysis as well as for your results. Okay. Now let me see the pipeline execution part. So 2 modules has been executed successfully. 3 modules has been executed successfully. Let it execute and we will see the results. There won't be much difference in the results also. The results are similar to the one which we previously worked like for logistic regression, how the results are visible, the same way will be visible. The only thing is previously it's a single model. Now set of models are there. From there, we are taking the best one based on the metric which we want.
I think the one difference, Doctor, is that you started with diabetes data set versus the customer data set. That's different this morning, right?
Yeah, so that is the first thing. See, as I said, there is two agenda for today's session. The first one is for clustering. So the customer segmentation data set we have used for clustering algorithm. Okay. Now, this diabetes data, which we discussed in the previous session for logistic regression. So the difference is when we have executed that, I have just shown you how to train the model, how to use core model and evaluate. Now, the same logistic regression, we are extending it by performing hyperparameter tuning. That's what I'm showing it here. So this is the second agenda for today's session. And this data set will be available in the previous session's view resources.
Don't know that we used the diabetes one. I think we used the travel one. But I understand now. Yeah.
No,
it's
for
from the-
first regression, I have used the food delivery data set. And for the classification, we have used the diabetes data. And for the clustering, I have used the customer segmentation data. These are all the 3 data sets which I have used for the lab sessions.
Thank you.
Okay, so now the pipeline has been executed successfully. So when you are able to see the score model, so how to see the results? Click on the score models circle and then right click on it and you will be able to preview the data. So here, there will be two things. One is code probabilities and another one is code labels. So these are all the two fields which will be available. Scored probability is the one which is computed by applying the logistic regression equation. Based on this code probability, it will decide the scored labels. So this is the actual outcome which we have. This is the scored labels. Okay. See here, if your scored probability is greater than 0.5 in the sense, then it will be taken as label 1. If it is less than 0.5, then it will be taken as 0. Okay. So as the first value is 0.06, the scored label is 0. So the outcome is also 0, which is the same thing. I mean, the prediction as well as the actual value, both are same. Now you see here, the scored probability is 0.89, which means it is greater than 0.5. So it has been categorized as label 1, but the actual value is 0. Okay, so from here, we will be able to see the scored labels as well as the scored probabilities. And the last thing is evaluate model. So when you double click the evaluate model for a classification algorithm, you need to click on the metrics. Under metrics, by default, the confusion matrix will not be available. You can just specify as view as table to see the confusion matrix. Also here, you will be able to see the precision, recall values, all those things. So even though the accuracy is 0.79, that means 78%, 79%, you can say that as 80% also, 80% accuracy is there. When you consider the recall value, it is just 0.57. That means only 57% is proper. Okay, so it try to see as much as possible, and based on that, it will specify the values. Okay, this is the confusion matrix which is generated. This is the recall value. So even after hyper tuning also, we are able to see that the recall values are 0.57. So further hyper tunings can be done by specifying the parameter values explicitly in the logistic regression algorithm. Okay, now are you able to understand how to perform hyper tuning and how to see the results? Viewing the results is same as previous sessions. The only thing is model configuration. So are you able to understand these two things as part of hyperparameter tuning?
Thank you. But one more question. Is there any difference from hypertuning the clustering models?
Hypertuning?
Yeah, is there any hypertuning applicable to clustering models?
I haven't used that. I don't think so. It's applicable over there. Just let me check.
So only regression and classification, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So this is where all those regularization, all those things will come. Whereas in clustering, there is no concept of regularization and all, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So is the things clear for everyone how to work with the model? The same thing works for hyperparameter tuning, will work for linear regression also. Okay. So you can specify the regression metric over there, which one you want to fine tune. Okay. So these options are available for regression as well as for classification, not for clustering. So when you want to use for clustering, the only option is k-means clustering. Apart from that, if you want to fine tune it in the sense, it is nothing but deciding on the best number of clusters for k-means algorithm. So for that, as I said, you need to use, you need to run the pipeline multiple times and you have to use that. And you have to see the average distance, and where there is not much deviation in the average distance, we can conclude that as the final number of clusters for the k-means algorithm or for the corresponding data set. Is it clear till here? Are you able to understand the concepts?
it is somewhat clear. I think after the assignment, it will become clear. I'm sure there's an assignment coming on this topic.
I don't think that there is more assignments on Microsoft Azure.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, first assignment focuses on that, whereas the final assignment, I don't think that whether it is focusing on this particular part. You can still use it for you can use it for your execution and to see the results. But for interpretation and all, anyhow, you need to do it separately.
Okay, thank you.
So let me stop sharing the screen. So I hope this is
In the
yes.
in the upcoming courses,
Okay.
we have to use Azure ML or
Most probably no.
for the deep learning we won't be using, right?
Deep learning sessions, I'm not clear with that part. I don't think that you will be using it. But for final projects and all, just before the dissertation, you will be having some courses, right? For projects. Maybe that you may have.
Now, when somebody is implementing a model in Azure ML,
Mm.
the goal is to productionize it, right?
Yes.
So that it can be deployed in the cloud, connected to the streaming input, so that the
Yes.
output can be seen and so on. Now, the optimization what we have done at this point of time, this is technically a kind of pruning analysis,
Yes.
where we would find some parameters and we would write some automated hyperscript over and above this tuning, so that like from the past tuning results, we will pick up some parameters and fine tune and find the super optimized parameters and so on. Now, the tuning or fine tuning kind of aspects in Azure, is it really practically useful, or it is there for just the completion's sake?
Okay, so it is useful if you are, okay, not here, if you are configuring the parameters here properly.
Which
Depending
means
upon
that
the value.
which means that I have done some other analysis parallelly or in the background somewhere, and I bring those parameters here and do some demonstration, then it's fine. But solely relying on Azure ML for analysis will be a overkill, or it would be a going roundabout. Is that correct?
Exactly. So till now, as you have rightly pointed out, if you are in the same domain, I mean in the coding, if you are clear with coding, 99% of the people won't come for tools. Right? So if you are completely unaware about the coding, you are from some other domain. So in that case, fine tuning by using coding will be completely tough. Writing the complete coding set of things, all those things will be completely tough. And DBA is a program where all the domain people will be available. And that is why this kind of drag and drop things are there. So where you don't have to think much about with the coding part. But exact fine tuning, all those things, here also you need to write certain set of codings for performing it.
Yeah, we are getting into the low code approach because we are in the ML studio.
Yes.
But Azure machine learning as such has a complete code oriented flow also, right?
Yes, it is there. See here in the authoring part, you are having notebooks, automated ML, designer, and prompt flow. So right now we have worked only with the designer. So this designer, you can create pipelines over here. You can design your own pipeline. There are other options like notebooks. So when you click on notebooks, you can completely develop a full-fledged code over here, which is nothing but Jupyter notebooks. This notebooks is nothing but Jupyter notebooks. So you can write the full Python code over here and you can execute it. Option one. And then the another one is automated ML. So this automated ML is what it will do is it is already having some types of ML jobs. Okay, so if you click on new automated ML, it will ask what is the training method that you require, what is the task type, whether it is regression or classification or clustering, all those things it will ask for. And almost more than 100 algorithms are available over here. So if you are giving the input here, what kind of infrastructure is available is you can give the data. You can specify what type of task that you want to perform. It's a classification or a regression. Based on that, if you give those inputs and you click on and if you run the job, in the sense, automatically whatever the ML algorithms which it has been configured with, all those algorithms will be executed and it will give you the best result. But what's happening is, even if we executed it, it will take sometimes to execute all the algorithms, it may take up to 1 hour. Because it is having so much of algorithms. So we are working with a single algorithm. So for completion of a single algorithms pipeline, it is taking almost 5 to 10 minutes. So here there is some almost with 100 algorithms will be available. Just a random number I'm saying. So all those things will take more amount of time for its execution, but still you can execute it, but with the help of automated ML. Finally, you will get by comparing all those modules, you will get the exact accuracy values. This is the other option.
Okay. So when, see, in another coursework, I have come across this complete AWS flow where there is a S3 storage, Athena, Glue, and CloudWatch, where we could iteratively tune the models, and there is a Elastic Cloud registry where the models and performance will be ranked, and the best performed model will be automatically deployed, and the model will be watched for its metrics. And if the metrics are violated, like through CloudWatch, yeah, SNS alert will be generated through email, and a lot and lots of automation so that a live model can be deployed, and we could see. Now, can all that be done with the Azure ML Studio? Not ML Studio, the ML Notebook version?
Yes, it's not with the ML version alone. Here in the designer also, till now we have executed only the pipeline. Am I right? Now, let me show you. This is the completed pipeline, right? So here, there is an option for create inference pipeline, correct? So if you click on with real-time inference pipeline, what are all the other options that you will get is, this pipeline will be fixed. Whatever the data that you are giving, you can change this data from here. See here, the model is completely fixed. Now, right now, see this pipeline and this one. Are you able to see the differences? The Python script is available. What kind of transformation needs to be applied? All those things are available. So now, as part of real-time inference, you don't have to give an existing data. That means you don't have to give the data. You can give the live data. Okay, there is option for that.
And then it'll pull from MS Fabric?
I haven't worked with that, but I know that options are there for it. Multiple options are there for it. Here, just explore the components. So you can extract from the web. Similarly, you can view manual data. So all those options. If you want to just check for a simple value, like how is it predicting? I want to view my value and I need to check for diabetes. In the sense, you can explicitly specify a single value. So for that, one module called enter data manually will be available. So you can drag it in place of diabetes data. So what it will do is, it will use the same pipeline. The only thing is the input will be different. So the same way, you can change the input. So when we are giving the data also, you might be seen that, you might have noticed that it is from Azure Blob Storage. So that's a storage which is available over here. So from there also, you can fetch the data. Options are there for fetching the data. So in the lab sessions, we are discussing that in a simple way. But when you want to build it on top of it, in the sense, there are multiple options which are actually available here also. Okay. Yeah.
Are there any good references if we want to further see?
Microsoft Learnings.
Yeah.
That's a good reference to go with for Azure ML.
Okay, Microsoft Learning in the sense, okay, they're online materials.
Yes, they're online materials. Because time to time, they are keep on changing the platform. I mean the user interface. Similarly, certain options are also they are changing it. So previously, if you have used the Microsoft Azure 2 years back, right now it will be completely different for you. So only when if you watch YouTube videos also, sometimes we might have seen that the video has been created 2 years back. When you search for the options right now, it will be in some other place. So those kind of things will be there. So it is better to go with Microsoft Learnings.
Okay. The thing is, if you have a textbook or something, it'll give a constructive flow that how to,
I
go.
don't think that there is any textbook which is available clearly for this.
Okay.
But it's a good idea. I'll try to do it.
No. In case if you find any, Microsoft tutorial which guides how to, because we have $100 of credit.
Yes.
Maybe like we can just explore how this tool is good enough for deployment, right?
Sure, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, so we came to the end of the session. I hope this is your last session for this particular course, if I'm not wrong, right? Any other specific questions which are available?
Yeah, Dr. Saroja, you're dealing with both slot 1 and slot 2, right?
Yes. For lab sessions, I'm dealing with slot 1 and slot 2.
Okay, we got to know that slot 1 has the privilege of 16 sessions, slot 2 had only 15 sessions. So
I don't know that, but for both the sessions, my sessions are 4.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And thanks, Dr. Saroja. Like in a short term, we have gone through Power BI as well as Azure, and the core aspects of it we have gone through. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so
One question.
Yes.
I think I know you mentioned it earlier, but for the clustering, after you have the 3 or 4 clusters, how do you then, what will be the next step to then understand the composition of the clusters?
With respect to this particular thing?
Sure, yeah. I mean, in general, but sure, we could use this particular one as an example.
Okay, so when you want to explore more, obviously, the first thing is you must use the tool often, otherwise you will forget the points. That is the first thing. And one more thing is, completely, if you want to explore deep into it, the only option is you can go with Microsoft Learnings. And hopefully for your dissertation, you may come up with some machine learning algorithms. You may be in a position to apply some machine learning algorithms. During that time, this kind of tools will be highly helpful for you, particularly if you are working with image related things. You may require to use GPU kind of things. So for that, it will be highly helpful. Until it is a small data, you can go with normal things or Azure. When it is a huge data, it's better to go with these types of platforms. For deep learning, I mean, for going deep into it, definitely have to go with Microsoft Learnings only.
All right.
Okay, so what's our last step?
Delete.
So the last step is we have to remove the resource group. So before the before you log out from that session, so the first step is go to compute and stop your mission. So this is the one which is the compute cluster, compute instance which we have created. Click on compute and select your machine and then stop it. So I have already stopped it. So it got stopped. The next step is go back to the place where we have created Microsoft, your workspace and all, and then search for your resource group. So click on your resource group and then delete the resource group. So this is very much important. Otherwise, your credits will be lost. Okay. So resource group to be deleted. Select this resource group. Paste it here. So whatever the resource group which you have created, select the resource group name, paste it over here and then delete it. So once you click on delete, watch my cursor over here. So in the notification, you will be able to see that the resource group is getting deleted. Okay, so it will take a couple of minutes for deleting it. Meanwhile, I will show you how to see your credits. I hope I have already shown that. Can anybody else other than me can share the screen? Those who are using data for, Azure using GGU credentials. Can you share the screen?
Sure, no problem. I'll share.
Okay. Okay, so now click on the home. Okay, so when you want to see your credits, you need to search in the education part. And now here, your credits, whatever credits that you have used will be available. Whatever credits that is left with is also available. So days until credit expires is 321. So this is nothing but after you have configured, as you have configured for Azure for students, you will be able to use that for a year. So if you are using free trial, it will give you 200 credits, but you need to use it within a month, which is not at all possible, and we don't require that much also. When you are using Azure for students, 1 year options will be there, and you will be having the $100 credits. Right now, 97 credits are left with. Okay, only $3 he has used. April cost is 1.95. Today's cost has not yet reflected, it seems. Maybe because of that reason, there is a mismatch over here and here. So not only that, that is only April cost. Our previous session was on the March, right? So in the March, certain credits might have been gone, and in the April, certain credits might have been gone. And that's the reason you are not able to see it completely. But totally 97 is available. Okay, in the cost management, you will be able to see split-wise data. So totally how much you have used for this particular month. If you are using in this range, what is the prediction? So that kind of things is also available over here. So every time why I am saying you to delete the resources is whatever the resources that we are creating, like the in the background, it is creating one resource group. It is creating one storage for our data set, which we are storing. It's creating a mission. And then for pipeline creation, for designer, there is nothing used, but still for storing it, for storing the data, all those things, certain things has been used. So every time, if you didn't remove it, it will take a little bit of credits, which you may not be aware of. And that's the reason I'm telling you to delete it every time. And thank you, Olga. You can stop sharing the screen now. So I hope the clear analysis is also available.
Sorry, may I have a quick question?
Yes.
Where can I delete the sources again, like the group source? And what is the purpose for this? I mean, sorry, resource group. What is the purpose for this? Like we have been like, so when we delete it, does it mean that we delete the whole thing that we have done for the last 2-3 hours?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So why
So
we are
this is
deleting the
just a
resource?
test. Yeah.
Yes. So why we are creating
sorry.
the resource? Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. So stopping it doesn't mean it stopped like
mission.
stay away from your credits, but you need to delete the resource group.
Yeah. So why we are stopping the compute first is, the reason is virtual machine will take more cost than anything else. Okay. So first step will be you need to remove it. I think mine everything has been deleted. That's why it is showing this error. So even when we are discussing the results also, we don't have the machine to be executed. Once the machine is executed, we are discussing the results. So during that time itself, you can stop the mission. Okay. After that, once we have completed our analysis, at last you can delete the resource group. So the resource group is nothing but a folder which we are creating for all our resources together. So instead of having the resources scattered here and there, we are creating a folder so that if I remove the folder, all the things within the folder will also be removed. That's the purpose of this resource group. Is it clear? Even if you didn't stop the compute also, if you delete the resource group, everything will be removed. Is that fine?
Can you
Yeah.
take us or take me through that?
Yeah, I sorry, sorry. Maybe it's just me that didn't get it.
No, it's me too.
Okay. Right now mine is deleted. So even if I click on that also, you'll not be able to get it. Yeah, just I will show.
Can I share?
This. Yeah, you can share it, please. So that's it for today's session. Others, if you have deleted the resources and no other queries in the sense, you can leave the session. So as this is the last session, I'm also wishing you all the best for your success in the DPA program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Jeffrey, you can, is this Jeffrey's screen? Jeff.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So click on home.
Home. Okay.
Yes. So now you will be able to see something called resource group. Okay, not this one. 2 hours before resource group, or click on the resource groups. So under create a resource, Azure Machine Learning on top, just above, Azure services are available, right? The second one, create, okay, third one, resource groups. Click on that. Okay, now you are able to see 2 things which are not deleted. So which one you have created for today? Azure subscription 1, which means are you using free trial or paid
I
one?
think so. Oops.
Okay. Because when you are using Azure for Students, it will show the subscription as Azure for Students. I think it's a free trial. Okay, now click on any one resource group.
I haven't both clicked. I guess I should take them both.
No, that's a
down,
checkbox.
delete them.
Checkbox. Okay, click on in the name. Click on the name. Okay, so when you click on it, it is opening, right? The resource group is open. Now here, are you able to see delete resource group? Yeah, click on the delete resource group. Copy the resource group name here. Resource group to be deleted. Yes, copy it. Paste it down.
So
Okay, now
select it,
click on delete.
copy, paste, delete.
Delete.
All right.
So under this resource group, you are able to see Azure Machine Learning workspace and then storage, all those things are there, right? Everything will be deleted. So how to confirm that is, next near to your name, there is some notification button which is available. Are you able to see that? Just before the
question mark?
bell icon. Bell icon, yes. So here it will show you whether the resource group has been deleted or not. So right now it is in the deleting stage. So it is deleting one by one. Once it has completed the deletion, it will show you as resource group deleted successfully. So till that time, you have to wait and then you can log out.
Can I mention something?
Yes.
So, Jeffrey,
Yes.
especially if you want to review any of the things we did, you just deleted it. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
so this is why this is cost versus benefit. So
Right.
if you're trying to save 25 cents and lose 3 hours of work, well, that's on you, I guess, if that makes sense to you. Right? So if you want to review all the stuff that we did so that it's clearer and easier for you next time, then I would hold on, maybe delete the compute, hold on to it, go over it, create some of your own models so you have the work there at hand. And after you've mastered it, especially since you're paying for it, then you delete it. So I don't know, it just from a learning perspective.
That's what I was wondering.
Just from a
That's what I
learning
was wondering. Like,
perspective,
is it
I would
worth
recommend
it to? Is it worth it? Is it really? I mean, I was thinking about that because I think you had mentioned that comment
See,
before about how to.
most often what will happen is until you are using free trial or until you are using Azure for students, everything is fine. Even if you didn't delete the resource group, but you have stopped the compute in the sense, it will not take much credits. It will take the credits for sure, but it will not take much credits. You can have it for a month and then you can also delete it. But if you are using your own credit cards for it, then you need to consider whether to delete it or not. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
first thing.
even still, I pay a lot. I spend a lot of money on other, much more money on stupid things than this. So I
Okay.
probably would want to keep it, but it's too late now for this one. This one particularly, right? Because this one was well, for me it was different and
Okay, so then you have the second one, right? You have two resource groups. One which you have created for your assignment, if I'm not wrong, GG Uber. And the other thing will be
yeah.
the thing which we have discussed. It is still there. So you can have it for your
Today?
analysis. Yes, the second one which we have worked out, it is still there. It has not been deleted. When we looked at the resource groups, two resource groups were there, right? One is Uber, another one is the one which you have created for today's session. So today's session details are not yet deleted. It is still available with you.
How can I get to them?
Okay, click on the resource groups or type resource groups in the search bar. Nitesh, what is your query?
Yeah, I just have one quick question. So how the assignment results or like after submission, what happens with the assignment? I understand the module will be evaluated based on the two assignments, right?
Yes, so your assignment evaluation is still going on. Okay, once it is complete, maybe probably the results will be released for that particular assignment. Assignment 2, I'm not sure with that. Assignment 1 evaluation is going on.
Okay, 2 also deadline was yesterday, so
Okay.
okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Now, Jeffrey, if I'm not wrong, this is the one which you have created as part of today's session.
Okay,
All these things
so
are available as of now. If you want, you can delete it. Otherwise, you can keep it. That depends upon you.
okay, so I deleted the Uber one, but I still have today's. That's okay.
Yes.
And to get back to it, I just click on the resource group.
Yes, click on that. So here everything will be available. Now, if you want to go to the workspace in the sense, click on the cluster demo workspace icon. Yes. So from here, you can click on Launch Studio and you can see all your pipelines and all. All those things will be available. Click on the designer or click on the pipelines. Sorry, designer only.
Designer or pipelines?
Designer. Okay, so here you can see the executed pipeline. Under designer, you can see the design. This K-means cluster, it is showing, right? This is the design which you have done for today. Click on that.
Yes, so click on it. Okay.
Now your pipeline will
All
be
right.
available.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. I will keep this for now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So any other questions?
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Is it likely that we'll have this recording in the
Can you repeat?
portal? In the portal?
Yes, recording will be there. If not, also I'll just ensure with the team to make it available. Okay.
Have a great day. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Saroja.
Yes.
Yeah, in our DBA journey,
Okay.
When we go towards dissertation, book, or business plan, are there students that would come back to tap your expertise,
Come back to?
to seek your to consult you
Can we ask you for
in
help later on?
Still you have
yeah,
4 or 5 courses, right?
yes. So
Yeah,
when
so
when the students
mm,
start their dissertation or book or the business plan, do you see students coming back to you for consultation?
yes, not the same students which I'm teaching. Right now, I have handled for 2 batches only. So those people will still have to complete it. Others, I'm just guiding them.
Okay.
I'm also one part of mentor over here.
Okay. Do you serve like an advisor or
Chair.
to
Chair. I'm acting as
dissertation?
chair as well as co-chair.
Oh,
What's that?
chair or co-chair.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.